What's up, Cowboys Nation? It's your favorite GM, Mike James here, giving you my breakdown of this week's preseason game against the LA Rams. Don't panic. It's just the first preseason game, but I do share the sentiment of some of you. It wasn't too impressive. There was some standout players, but there was also some guys that we were expecting a little bit more from. You know, we gave them the opportunity. We gave them a start, which was telling in its own right. And we just didn't see something, or we just didn't see enough from some of these guys, right? In particular, Mozzie Smith. Come on. I got to see a little bit more effort from you, man. It looked like you didn't have no aggression, no burst, right? You were getting either sticking to the blocks, like staying engaged with the blockers for way too long, or you were just getting blown off the ball. We need more from you, man. We invested in you. We need more from you. This was not a good showing. I'm hoping next week we see some improvement. Another player, that we gave an opportunity to, Robbie Rochelle, brother, you got to learn how to tackle. You missed too many tackles. You got beat deep. Now it looks like you pulled up limp, so you might have pulled a hammy or at least tweaked it. So I'm gonna give you a pass, right? And the ball wasn't complete, right? It wasn't a touchdown. So we got away with it, but you got to work on your tackling for one. Tackling and your coverage, your downfield coverage. We got to improve that. You made one good open field tackle, right? But then you blew another one that should have been a minimal gain, right? And these are the plays that hurt us in the long term. Now, I don't want to get down on everyone, but Joe Milton, yeah, you're staying at third string because we gave you every opportunity. We said, let's give him the opportunity to showcase his arm. And you did it. On some occasions, you made some throws that people were like, whoa, how did he complete that, right? You showed off your arm strength, but you also showed us you have no feel for the game. Sloppy footwork multiple times, bad decisions. I mean, we're trying to invest in you. We expect a little bit more from you. We know you have limited reps, but we still wanted to see a little bit better decision making. Hopefully next week you clean some of that up and we'll go forward with that. Now for the good news. Did y'all see Perion Winfrey out there? Did y'all see that man wreaking havoc, getting pressure, breaking through the line? I mean, this dude was shedding blocks. He looked the part. And that's what sucks about having Mozzie out there, is because here's this other guy who looked better than you. And look, it's one team, one dream, right? We're trying to get this Super Bowl, but Winfrey looked like he was hungry. He looks like he wants to make this team. He looks like he wants to be a contributor when the games really matter. So shout out to him. The other guy is our number 2 pick, Donovan Ezeraku. Man, did you see this man's burst off the line? He didn't make any spectacular plays, but if you watch him, you will see the burst. You will see him shed blockers. I mean, he just needs some time to develop, to learn the game, to learn his technique. But you could see him shed the blocks, and he was just a hair away from making tackles for losses and making some plays. This man is on his way, and I think we got something here. Once we can work out this contract with Micah, look, Micah trying to play hardball with us, all right? We had a handshake agreement, and now you want to come back talking about I need more M's. Look, bro, we know you're the future, but you gotta relax a little. We're not trading you, right? We're not trading you. Get that out of your head right now. We're not trading you. Let's get back on the phone, or let's have a meeting in person. I have a nice couch. You want to have a seat on the couch? You can have a seat on the couch, and we can talk about this and get this contract worked out, right? But Ezeraku looks like you pair him with Micah, and you pair him with Odiggy, and we got something. I mean, we have something as a pass rush, right? Peyton Turner, man, didn't look too great, but he's a veteran. I think he'll figure it out. I think he'll look better next week. Zion Childress. Wow. Now, this is the guy that we probably going to start next week at corner. You know, Rochelle took a step back, so we're going to probably have to start Zion Childress, because this man was just making plays all over the field, not afraid to tackle, playing good coverage. This is what we want. That hunger, that aggression, right? That's what you wanted to see. That's what we wanted to see. That's what I was evaluating. Who's hungry? Who wants this? Who wants to make this team and become an immediate contributor? And Zion Childress showed that. And Donovan Ezaraku showed that. And Perion showed that. Some other guys, like I said, we didn't see that from. We want to see more from Joe Milton. Do you want to be the number 2? Or are you okay with being number 3? And Mozzie, do you even want to play? Do you even have a passion for football? You know, we drafted you. We want to put all our faith in you, but you got to meet us halfway. You got to give a better effort than that. You know, we got to see you get off those blockers, disengage, get off the block, plug the hole. You know, but besides that, I thought it was a trying week. But it's the first preseason game. Most of our starters didn't play. We were just out here. We're evaluating. You know, like I said, some guys earn a little bit more attention. Zion Childress, right? Perion Winfrey. Donovan, we already knew what it was. That's why we drafted you. But these are the guys that's getting our attention. It was some of the flash plays here and there. But for the most part, these were the 3 standout players, in my opinion. And the 2 players that I was most disappointed in was Milton. We tried to give you a lot of opportunity. And Mozzie. And before I forget, Phil Maffa ran that ball hard. And I'm going to just say I was impressed with the offensive line in every quarter. Pockets were clean. There were lanes for the running backs to get through. Phil Maffa was hitting those holes. He's going to be an impact player for us. I already know that. You know, again, this is why we drafted him. Hopefully we can get Jadon Blue back soon and we can see what he can do. You know, he might be returning to practice this week. He might not. I'll keep you guys updated about that. But Phil Maffa showed he belongs in this league. We're happy to have him as a Cowboy. And man, this dude is he's going to break some runs, right? He's going to be that physical runner that guys look like they don't really want to hit him. They don't really want to tackle him. You know, outside of some penalties, he probably leads us to a scoring drive. You know, we had to settle for a field goal because we got back-to-back penalties. One of them negated a pretty good run from him. But he was impressive. And we definitely going to give him a little bit more run and see what he could do. Deuce Vaughn looked okay, right? No complaints there. We just got to keep him healthy. And next week we'll rotate some more guys in, you know, at different positions. Well, my standouts, Zion Childress, Perion Winfrey, Donovan Ezaraku, and Phil Maffa. You 4 boys showed you want to be immediate contributors. You guys have the aggression. You have that passion. You have the fire. And that's what we want to see. And hopefully we continue to see that. So with that being said, we're going to open the questions up. Leave them in the comment section. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. Once again, this is your favorite Cowboys GM, signing off.